All right, TGI Friday. It's been a few weeks. Let me start with some egregious behavior that should never be permitted or propagated. State Rep Lisa Davis proposed a statute about the appearance of a mental breakdown, basically exonerating somebody from attacking law enforcement. An ill-conceived bill, no doubt. And as soon as that bill was posted and circulated, with one simple conversation, and within 2 hours, she pledged that it would get sent to the Rules Committee, which is where it's at and where it's going to stay. It's not getting any traction whatsoever or any hearing or movement. So again, when people make mistakes and you explain it to them and they're willing to correct that mistake, that should be good enough. We or nobody else should be doxing politicians because we don't like their policies. And if we did that with every policy, we certainly would be extremely busy. But again, these politicians have families too. We certainly don't like it when it's done to us by Antifa and other nonsense, the Invisible Institute and those kind of idiots. We shouldn't be doing it to other people ourselves. Lead by example. So please, lay off. The problem is solved. Onward we go. On to DC, and last week in Brandon Johnson's four-parrot performance at the Oversight Committee. I will say this, Brandon Johnson, every time I've been there, and pretty much from what I know, has never been on time for his own city council meetings. Literally, 20 minutes, 30 minutes late every single time. Cannot even be on time. That should tell you a lot, and pretty much all you need to know about him. But even in Washington, D.C., the last mayor to walk in the room at 10:03 comes prancing in like he owns the room. He is a joke, and everything that came out of his mouth and the other three mayors were a joke. But one of the things he talked about was the best friggin' city in America, right? Or in the world, Chicago, that was founded by a Haitian immigrant, John Baptiste du Sable, right? Who married a Native American woman. Well, call me crazy, but wouldn't that then make Baptiste du Sable responsible for the elimination of the Indians in the Chicagoland Great Lakes region? If he never settled here, maybe the Indians would still be living in Chicago, because that's the argument where they use for Columbus statue coming down, because Christopher Columbus was a murderer. He may have not been directly involved in the murder, but he certainly led to more people coming here, which resulted in the murders of the Indians and the elimination of them, right? But he doesn't get any blame for that. He gets actually praise. Why? Because of race, and it's always about race. So it's just an interesting little tidbit with the Columbus statue, which parlays into the next topic of Miracle Boyd, that race-baiting piece of garbage who absolutely is always antagonizing, trying to get a reaction, trying to get a payday. Congratulations. Karma is a bitch, and I'm sure it will catch up with you one day, because it wasn't that long ago you were standing in front of me at a police board hearing, screaming and yelling 3 feet from my face with double fingers in my face, hoping to get a reaction. You're pathetic. Enjoy your $280,000. I'm sure you'll waste it, and you'll be on to the next race-baiting incident. Lastly, St. Patrick's Day. There's floats on the south side and the Archer Avenue Parade Saturday and Sunday. If you're going to be out there on especially Western Avenue and the nonsense and the craziness, please think twice about drinking and driving. Don't do it. Make sure you have someone there with you. Don't be acting all goofy. Enjoy yourself, have your family fun, and call it a day. I'll have a little more updates. I'm in Salt Lake City for the spring national board meeting. There's really no pressing news to share with you. There's some issues, but I will address that when I get back. There was a grievance for a Lodge 7 appeal here heard by the National Grievance Committee. So that's kind of one of the reasons for being here. And with that being said, happy birthday, John Felino. 314, brother.